When he says, I love you, he is in part saying that he finds her lovable. And if he's got any sort of romantic twist, it might actually come out. Sue, the color of your eyes, I could just sink into them. The smell of your hair, the dimples when you smile. There's nothing about you I don't love. Your personality, it is so wonderful. You're such an encourager. You've got this laugh that brings down a whole room. It's so contagious. Sue, I love you. What he does not mean is, Sue, quite frankly, you are the most homely creature I know. Your halitosis would stop a herd of rampaging elephants. Your knees remind me of a crooked of a crippled camel. You have the personality of Genghis Khan. You don't have any sense of humor. You're a miserable, self-righteous, narcissistic, hateful woman, and I love you. He doesn't mean that, does he? When he declares his love for her, in part, he's declaring that at that moment he finds her lovely. Isn't that correct? Now God comes along in this verse. God so loved the world. What is he saying? World, I love you. Is he saying, world, your scintillating personality, your intelligent conversation, your wit, your gift, world, and you're cute. I love you. I can't imagine heaven without you. Is that what he's saying? In other words, when God says, I love you, world, is he declaring the lovableness of the world? There are a lot of psychologists who use the love of God in exactly that way. If God says, I love you, it must be that I'm okay, you're okay. God says we're okay. He loves us, must be because we're lovable. But biblically, that is a load of nonsense. Because the word world in John's gospel typically is not just a big place with a lot of people in it. Rather, the word world in John's gospel is this human-centered, created order that God has made and that has rebelled against him in hatefulness and idolatry and genuine broken relationship, infidelity and wickedness. That's why already in the first chapter that we looked at 2 sessions back, the so-called prologue of John's Gospel, we read, verse 10, he was in the world, and though the world was made through him, the world did not recognize him. It's why we read in this passage, a little farther on, verse 19, this is the verdict. Light has come into the world. That is, with the coming of Jesus, God's gracious self-disclosure, his revelation, light, that is so good and clean and pure. It has come into the world. But people love darkness instead of light, because their deeds were evil. People don't want to be exposed to that kind of light. All it does is show up the dirt. But the text says, God so loved the world. It's as if God is saying to the world, you are the people of the crippled knees. You are the people of the moral halitosis. You are the people of the rampaging Genghis Khan personality. You are hateful and spiteful and murderous. And you know what? I love you anyway.